Hey guys, how's it going? With another video. Welcome to the channel. So back with another video. This time it's an evening with Lilly Savage, who is also goes by the name Paul O'Grady, and is just hysterical. And yeah, I sort of thought I had to put it on. Bit long, I know, but I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Fair play to him. All doing that on that stage doing that dancing. Oh, actually,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Buckenhead's most celebrated daughter, the blonde bobsite herself, Miss Lilly Savage.
Thank you. Hey, pack it up. Pack it up. Thank you. Pack it up, I said. You're not jamming it, Ronnie Scott's now. Hit him, Lottie, will you? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. What about those Tiller girls? The original 60s Tiller girls? Aren't they marvellous? And you might have noticed that they're not exactly 18. But they can't half get their legs up, I tell you. There's hormone replacement therapy patches shooting off all over the studio, I tell you, in rehearsal.
hormone replacement patches. Oh dear.
Like discus they were going all over the gaff. Oh, there's all the Coddy lots. You all right? How are you? Where's Liz? Is she with you? Yeah. Where is she? Oh, you're there? Oh, how are you, Liz? Why are you sat down there on your own when all the other street ones are up there?
Because I'm with Yuri.
Oh, Yuri, how are you? Anyone got a coil? Be very careful, I'm telling you, because it'll start to straighten. You'll be buckled to your seat like the inside of an exercise boot. Have you come down from Leeds, Liz, today?
No, Manchester.
Oh, Manchester? I thought you were from Leeds.
I'd come anywhere to see you.
Oh, isn't she with all that flannel? It's because she's full of cheap supermarket booze upstairs, you see. I saw you on the monitor throwing it back like Prohibition was coming in tomorrow. Here's another on. No, I'll tell you what, because I was up in Leeds the other week, and I believe Harvey Nichol's opening a branch in Leeds. Have you heard of it? Yeah? Why Leeds?
Don't know.
Why not York? Or Harrogate?
Well, the Armouries, you know.
Eh?
The Armouries.
Where's the Armouries?
You know, the Armouries.
Is there a war on in Leeds? Don't you think it's... I mean, you see, I don't like Harrogate, I've got to be honest, because they looked at me very funny in Harrogate. They looked at me like they discovered a skid mark on a hotel towel.
Skid mark on a hotel towel. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to need some tissues in a minute. Jesus Christ, it's only been on for fucking 4 minutes. Oh, God, what's wrong with me? Hey.
What? Have you never seen leopard skin capri pants before? What's up with you? Well, all the people I know in Leeds would be going to Harvey Nicholls. Wouldn't be able to afford it. I mean, do Harvey Nicholls take Provident check? That's what I want to know. Imagine it in Leeds. Where you going now, ma'am? Hey, I'm just popping up to Harvey Nicholls, sweetie. How much is that, love? It's an Izzy Myarkey. Hey, I don't care what it's made of. How much is it? Now, what I want to know is Delia Smith in? No? You'll know if she's in. You'll be sat next to a woman stinking of chip fat and garlic. She Yeah.
Pull under the table somewhere. Absolutely.
Big red hands. They always have big red hands, those TV cooks, don't they? Have you seen Ruth Mott's hands off the Victorian kitchen garden? Oh, is it like shovels? Wouldn't want to smack in the gob off one of them. Is she in Delia? Oh, what a shame. I wanted to ask her about her fallen chocolate souffle with Armagnac prunes and creme fraiche. I can't get mine to rise, let alone fall. I want to know what planet she's on, Delia. This is what, because sometimes you think on a Tuesday night, what can I make for the tea that's different and inventive? So you go and have a look in Delia, and Delia recommends a quail in an aspic jelly with a manch tout and watercress sauce, and you've got a tin of spaghetti hoops and a spud in the kitchen. I mean, is that Torval and Dean over there? Is it? Have a little look, Dean. There's Dean over there. Dean Sullivan, Jimmy Corkhill. Yes. Hey, none of that. He's the man who taught me how to fence. I don't mean with a hood and a sword. I mean the removal of stolen gear quickly. I can't skate. Oh, Vera can. She's like Sonia Heaney. Honestly, you want to see her? She was up that Silver Blades ice rink in Liverpool for 8 hours a day during the summer. I thought, well, at least she'll keep. You know what I mean? Never worried about it. Biggins, how are you?
Very well, Lily.
Little social butterfly you are. Is Bonnie Langford with you?
No.
No, you normally come as a pair, don't you, to these functions? And have you got a question for me
Yes,
later?
I have got a question, yes.
No, don't ask me now.
Oh.
No. It's my show, please. Over this lot. What is your question, by the way?
Have you ever tried colonic irrigation, Lily?
I don't approve of it, to tell you the truth. I always thought a colon was a punctuation mark. I don't go in for that. Lying on the floor of some strange clinic with a funnel and a length of rubber hosing with a nurse saying, oh no, it's disgusting. Why do you think God invented oil brand? Please. Why can't you just go to the lab like everybody else? All this business. Do you know what? This is true, this. I bought a shower. Well, I got sick of hanging over the bath with the pan to wash my hair. You know what I mean? And then you realise the towel's in the front room and you're like this, screaming. The front room looks like the Poseidon Adventure. So I bought this shower, this is true, this. And I thought, I had it all fitted and all that. And I looked, and there was this sort of attachment. It was quite a big thing, actually. And I thought, what's that for? So I rang up the shop and the woman said, it's a douche. I said, oh, what? She said, a colonic irrigator. I thought I'd need a general anaesthetic before I could use this. A substantial amount of money, I tell you. I mean, you've seen anything like it. So I said to Arveda, you have a little go on this, V, because she's very adventurous, you know. She was the first woman in our block to do a bungee jump, Arveda. She just jumped off the landing. She had a little squirrel hair coat on. She looked like a flying rodent, so she shot flying rodent. Well, Christopher, she put this thing in, switched it on. Now I've got a 50-gallon tank and a pump. I have never seen such a look of surprise on any woman's face. The glasses shot off and straight down. And Arvida's glasses are like that. They're like re-entry shields. They're a deadly weapon. Honestly, they're really big and thick. In fact, she's got a neighbourhood watch sticker in this one. And a little picture of a Rottweiler in that one saying, I live here. We stopped going to discos because of a laser beam hit them. Somebody had open heart surgery across the dance floor. Would you like to do a little song, Lottie? Well, get me shuffling out my handbag. Hang on.
No, 1, 2, 3.
No, hang on. I'm not ready, yes. Got a date to send you for the midwife. I got this off an American tourist outside. I just ripped it off her head. And... What I'd like to do for you now is a beautiful song. It's in the style of Mr. Dean Martin. You know the late Dean Martin? I was a big fan of Dino's. And you know how they are in Las Vegas, so we sing these lovely songs, and this is one of them.
Voice.
It's got wonderful lyrics, and if you'd like to join in, please don't bother. Because I can't stand audience participation. If you will, please, Roddy. Take it away, fellas. It is. I say, Donna, come here. Come again. Turn to me. I'm on fire. Thank God you took advantage of me. Ooh, you took advantage of me. Ooh, 'cause you took advantage of me.
I'm having a few annoyed because we're actually still
I
alive.
feel like Thor the Hair's at it, you know.
Done 1996.
I know I don't look like her, but I feel like her. So, no, you can ask me questions now, please. And what I want you to do is put your hands up. Oh, you're keen, Robbie. Robbie Williams here in the front. God, you're edible, Robbie. Edible. Have you ever considered an older woman, have you? A bit of stewing steak instead of flash fry. Go on then, Rob, what do you want to ask me? Something nice. Go on, nothing rude.
Lily, is there a man in your life at the minute, or are you celibate?
I'm celibate, yeah, celibate here, celibate there. Everyone's There is no man in my life. I've just gone through a very painful and traumatic divorce, Robbie. There was a... No, I don't want sympathy, no. There were a couple of men in my life since then, you know, nothing serious. In fact, I can't even remember the names. Isn't divorce a terrible thing, eh? Do you know what? I come out that courtroom with my mother and I was clutching my mantilla and I was mortified. And I said to my mother, I said to her, I've brought shame on the name Savage. I said, I shall be thrown out of the Union of Catholic Mothers like that for this. I said, I'm the first one in our family to ever get divorced. She said, that's not surprising, you're the first one in our family to ever get married. I said, Robbie, have you still got teenage girls screaming on your step every morning?
Every now and again.
Oh, I've got kids banging on my door every morning, you know, screaming the place down.
Oh,
I got up and let them out eventually. Having a bit of fun with them, you know what I mean? Right, who's next? Get your hands up. Clive Anderson, Clive James.
Quick one.
I once got called Lizzie Salvaged in a club. But Margarita, how are you?
Baby.
Lovely to see you.
You look
okay?
gorgeous.
You don't look bad yourself either. See, we use the same catalogue. Yeah. Sorry, Clive, go on.
I have to know this, Lily. I think everyone wants to know. Did you have a happy childhood?
Hasn't he got a lovely voice, Clive? Listen to him. You know what? I shut my eyes and my nipples go like football studs. Drives me wild. I did actually, Clive, thank you very much, yes. I was born on a policeman's overcoat. Outside the Legs of Man public house, Lime Street, Liverpool. I won't tell you when, but my poor mother didn't have gas and air or an epidermis, you know, she had nothing. Just bit on the policeman's torch and had a Mackerson and lime in the pub afterwards. But yeah, she was very good. She was very strict, my mother, you know. Very strict. I mean, I remember when I was about 5, I wanted ballet lessons. And I went in, she said, how much? I said, they're about 10 bob an hour. She said, 10 bob an hour to stand on your toes. She put drawing pins in the heels of my sandals. I was soon up on my toes. Oh, yes. I mean, I remember, like, at Christmas, you know, we'd be sat there, me and Arvada, and saying, what we're going to get for Christmas. My mother would be putting things in our stockings, you know, like nuts and tangerines and little tin dolls. She never used to tell us, like, we used to go to school in agony. Yes, a very happy childhood, Clive. We were poor, but we were shoplifters. Hands up, next question. Gabby Roslin. Gabby, how are you?
All right, how are you?
I'm not bad, you know, my old mate here off the BB. I don't just mean the Big Breakfast, I mean the Blue Balloon Club. Huddersfield. Shall I tell him? Does Colin know about your past? Me and Gabby Roslin used to be circuit strippers together. Gabby Roslin can spin a tassel at 90 mile an hour. Honest to God, we used to turn it on in the dressing room and stand there in that terrible summer. Dry our hair in front of her, spin it a bit faster, Gabby. How's the owl man? Does he know all this? Did you tell him about Germany? We got this... We got this job.
I think she's got some explaining to do when she gets home.
Germany, right, me and Gabby, and we got to this place. I'm going to got a hair on my nail. Ooh, how did that happen? I'd soon have a hair on my nail than in my mouth, put it that way. It takes you back, doesn't it? You get a hair.
Girl, you're fine.
And we got to this like service base, and we got there. Remember this, Gab? And Gabby had an anorak and a boob tube on. She had the hood up because she had a big love bite here on her neck. And this fella come out and he said, "You don't get paid in here." I said, "All right." He said, "No." He said, if the customers like it, they put a folded up dollar bill on the table and you pick it up between the cheeks of your buttocks. I said, "What? Gabby can pick an ironing board up, please." Pick the table up, mate, without spilling a drop. Throw it Are you enjoying life since you left the Big Breakfast?
It's great.
You don't have to be up at 4:30 any morning. God, you're looking rough, considering. Are you having the booze again and hanging around amusement arcades with strange lads? That poor fella of yours must be demented. Go on then, what's your question? Go on, Gab, spit it out. Go on.
Would you ever like to host a holiday programme?
Oh, God, no. My favourite place for a holiday is Scotland, believe it or not. Honestly. The Isle of Skye. The Misty Isle, as it's called, which is a euphemism for permanently pissing down 24 hours a day. Donovan, you remember Donovan, the singer? Jennifer, do you remember him? What's that?
When I was very little.
Please. Gabby, you're 48, tell the truth, please. She's had 7 lifts. Honestly, she's got a bulldog clip in the back of her neck, Gabby. Donovan, remember Donovan, did you? He called his daughter Skye, you know, because she was conceived on the Isle of Skye. Just as well that never happened to me. I had to be called Pathelli Butlins. No, I love it up there because the people are nice, you know, and it's like nothing's changed. And you go in the post office and there's Mrs. McLeod behind the counter with a fire guard on it to protect her from robbers, you know. You can rent a little house. I always rent Flora Robson's house. You know the woman who helped Bonnie Prince Charlie escape? I always rent her house. Is it Flora Robson? Is it? Something like that, anyway. And you can sort of, you know, you can go out in the car and things, take the kids, you know, you can take the dogs. I take the dogs with me. I've got 2 dogs. I've got a racing whipper called Queenie, although she hasn't run for years because she's 42 stone now, you know what I mean? And my little Buster, although I always follow the country code, and I hope you lot do, because I never let them out and never let them worry sheep. I worry the sheep. I sit behind the hedge with my electricity bill and go, "Look at that for a quarter, isn't that shocking?" All the sheep going around going, "Oh God, Lily, how are you going to pay that?" But I always go in the winter, you see. You know, I've never gone in the summer. So when you go in the winter, everything's closed and there's nothing to do. You're stuck in the house, you just watch telly all the time. So eventually when you do go out and you go for a little spin, you know, in the car, and you pull up and you're parked outside a lock, and there's this beautiful, vast, still lock with nothing but a solitary moorhen picking away through the icicles, and the cooling mountains in the distance, dusted with snow like icing sugar. And the quality of the light and the sound, and it's all beautiful. And you're sat in the back of the car clutching the TV Times, screaming, hurry up, Kilroy's on in 10 minutes. And then Songs of Praise is on, and it's coming from Doncaster this week. I can't miss it. Get me home, get me home. I tell you what, Gav, the worst holiday I ever had was on a Greek island called Lefkas. Have you ever been?
No.
Oh, it was like spending 2 weeks on Tenko. I've never been anywhere. And we got there, very nice of them, they put us on a mosquito farm. Mosquitoes love me, you should have seen my back. If Helen Keller had to massage me, she thought she'd have read the Reader's Digest. 10 minutes, they said, from the beach. Oh, I buy Concord, maybe. You know what I mean? And then you get to the beach and it's like the hard shoulder of the M1. And I love sunbathing. I love lying there with Jackie Collins. The book, not the woman. You know, But our Vera, of course, she can't sunbathe. Oh, she gets very restless on a towel. She's up and down, over to the rocks looking for crabs. I told her, I said, you haven't got them, Vera. It's because you shaved too high. No, she doesn't tan our Vera. She goes very blotchy. In fact, when we were in Tenerife, this woman swore blind that the blotchy bit in our Vera's back was the face of the Virgin Mary. Honestly. She's getting a walking icon, our Vera. Luids on legs. Pilgrims queued for hours to feed her tablespoons full of milk, but that's another story. Next question, please. Hands up. Richard, how are you?
I'm fine. What really makes you mad?
Beef, apparently, these days. Street entertainers, they get on my nerves. You know those ones who dress up as robots? And they sort of step out of a doorway and go... Get a job. Pavement portrait artists, you know the ones I mean? You find them around Piccadilly Circus, you know, they're all in the arch there with their easels displaying their works. So that's a nice picture of Mel Gibson, and then you find out it's Chewy Green, you know, they've got that. And they're always in the bloody way, you know what I mean? All these easels everywhere, and you're trying to get past with a chicken uppy jumper from Safeway, out the way, Magic eye pictures annoy me as well.
Oh.
You know those stupid, like... If you want to buy a picture of a dolphin, buy a picture of a dolphin. 2 months I stood outside Athena, 2 months staring at one of these things. Could I see a picture of a dolphin? No, I couldn't. I got moved on twice for soliciting, it was terrible. Tell you what else I hate, anti-smoking fascists. No, you see, these days, smokers are a bit more sensitive. They're more inclined to say, do you mind if I smoke? You know what I mean? And then if you say no, you say tough and you smoke. No. We don't need this.
I vape, and I still get that. You can't win. Oh, you should stop smoking, it's bad for you. Okay, I'll vape. Oh, no, don't. There's too much smoke around. Get
They look like Janet Leigh and the Birds. Any more questions? Barbara Dixon over there.
What sort of music do you like to listen to at home?
Oh, I like all sorts. I like opera. Yes, Puccini. I was listening to Puccini in the dressing room. Madam, what a shocking story that Madam Butterfly is. That poor girl, 14 years of age, pregnant, living in a paper house. Haven't they got social services in Japan? And that rotten sailor, that Colonel Pinkerton, getting her pregnant and then saying, I'll be back. We've heard that before, Gabby, haven't we? I'll tell you who I do. I like your voice. Your voice fills me with awe, Barbara.
Lily.
I'm talking of oars. How did you get on in the band of gold? Who'd have thought it? The highly respectable Barbara Dixon playing a Bradford madam. That's like discovering Harry Seacombe's got nipple clamps on under his duffel bag. You wouldn't, I'll come up and find out. You wouldn't join me, would you, Barbara? Come on, will you open your gob about music? Come on, later. Of course you want Barbara to sing, don't you?
She's got something in common with Freddie Star. Both tear up when they go in the audience.
Come on, you do all this. No, you'll be fine. on.
I know what you're getting
I know him so well. Go on. Do you know I know him so well?
Yes, I do.
Which bit are you going to do?
I can't be Elaine, I'm too tall.
Well,
And I only know your bits.
right, I'll be Elaine then.
You'll be Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah?
You be me.
And I'll be you.
I'll be the little one for once.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
It's awful good, either. What key are you in, by the way?
Well, I usually sing it in B flat.
Do you know
Can you
B
do that,
flat?
Roy?
B flat's all
Yeah. Play anything for me, I'll flatten it. Go on. Ready? You're all nice? Sure. Oh, thanks for doing this. Oh, no, it's nice.
Nothing is so good, it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong, but this has never yet prevented me
Sad, I
wanting
really like
far
this.
too much for far too long.
Then I would again.
Looking at one, a few more moments who can tell, but it took time to understand now at least I know it well. Wasn't it good?
Oh, so good. Oh, so fine.
Isn't it madness?
He won't be mine.
But in the end he needs a little bit more than me. More security.
He needs his fantasy and freedom.
I know him so well.
You did that lovely. You did that absolutely. You look very nice. Have you just come straight from work? You do look smart. Those shoes are killing me. Is it me? You're playing too fast. And anyway, she's had me yakking. I'm awful sorry about that. It's your fault getting me talking. Hang on a minute. Stop. No, stop a minute, Lottie. What's the first line of my bit? No one in your life is with you constantly. Okay, hang on. It starts again, Lottie. We're just conferring here. No one in your life is with you constantly. You're laughing at. No one is completely on your side. And though I move my world to be with him, still the gap between us was too wide. Looking back, I couldn't. Learned about the man before I fell. It's my best, but I know. It's my best. And I knew him well. Wasn't it good?
Oh, so good.
Wasn't it fine?
Oh, so fine.
Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. But
Didn't I know
how it would go if I knew from the start? Why am I falling apart? Wasn't it good? I know this bit. Wasn't it fine? Tune up, tune up. He won't be mine. For in the end he needs a little bit more than social security.
It's his fantasy and freedom.
I know him so well.
It took time to understand him.
Say that again, I tell you. I know him so well. just caught me on the hop there. This is me tribute to Judy. Not Garland, Finnegan. I love that woman. Love her. Actually, this bag I've had for years, isn't that fabulous? Look at that. Weddings, funerals. How's that? First, Nicky seems to ask me questions. So, who's first? Hands up, please. Now, come on, let's be orderly. Sam Fox, how are you, girl?
All right, how are you?
I'm not bad, you know, you look unwell.
Thank you.
I take my hat off to that girl, you know, up there. Shrewd businesswoman, I'm telling you. I've done modelling, you know, Sam. Me and Arvada. I was the centrefold of the Anglers Weekly. May issue, I was a dressed crab, very successful. Stunk of vinegar for a fortnight, but I don't care. And Arvada's done 2 adverts for the Nursing Mirror. She did one for incontinence pads, and the other one was for a Stanner chairlift. And the fee was a Stanner chairlift, Sam. We haven't got stairs, though. We had to put it round the rooms. You know? It's bad to go hurtling round 90 mile an hour. We charge the kids in the street 10 bob a go as a white knuckle ride. It's a thriving cottage industry, let me tell you. What was your question, Sam? Go on, love.
What I'd like to know is, if you wasn't an international sex symbol, what job would you like to do?
I'd love to be an air hostess. I could see me, could you? Stood there as they all get on glaring. The routine, you know, when they do the routine. When they come out with the life jacket and all that nonsense, and they have to stand there and they go, and there's somebody in the back doing the voice, and they go, and you take this string and you put it through there, and then you tie a knot there, and then you put it through your leg and you pull it through there. So a plane's crashing and he says to your mate, has that got through that loop there? Are you sure? Is that bow tight enough at the back? Because I don't want it to come off, you know, I want to look my best when I'm being identified. What's all this when they say to you? Oh yes, and there is a whistle and a light. What's the whistle for, in case you land in a disco? Oh. And the light, what good's a light to you? Little tiny weeny, and you're there bobbing along in the North Sea going... So I think I'd be a good air stewardess. I love those ones who come gliding down the aisle with a trolley. Like a shopping extension. Tea, coffee. I'd stand there in the galley waiting for the buzzer. Oh, there's a light, it's economy, they want a drink, dig a well at these prices. I'll be one of the evil ones who leaves the tray of eaten food in front of you for 15 hours on a long flight. You know, you can't get up and go to the lab. Tough, you have to suffer. Don't you hate the toilets on planes? Those nasty little tin things. And you're on a long flight and you just go to the loo and you pop in and there's like a dirty nappy in the sink. The floor's swimming. They haven't pulled the chain for the last 9 hours. The place stinks. You go, oh, I can't use that. When you come out, there's a queue of about 15 people. She said, it wasn't me. I never did it. No. Nobody believes you. They're all going back to the seats going, see that dirty cow at the back of the plane? All up the walls. Who's next? Next cab off the rank. Oh, Sir Ian McKellen. Ian, how are you, my darling? How are you, Flower?
I'm very well, darling.
You're looking smart. No,
Thank you.
I'll tell you. What's your question?
Well, congratulations on your West End debut, you know, as the woman framed in Prisoner Cell Block H, the musical.
Took it out to me, that Ian, you know. Honest to God. Maggie Smith said, I don't know how you did it, Lil, but took it out to me. I said, easy, Maggie, drugs, that's how I did it. A lot of alcohol.
So, will we be seeing you in the West End again?
You can see me every night down Lyle Street if you're interested. Clacking up and down. I had a lot of offers, you know, after Prisoner. Seriously, I did. I had quite a lot of offers there. I had Andrew on the phone. Andrew Lloyd Webber, man, is wanting me to take over, you know, when Elaine left for Norma. Yes. I said, oh, no, I couldn't do that, Andrew. No, I'm too young to play Norma, you know. So besides, Pet needs the work. She hasn't had a hit, has she, since Downtown? No, Do you know where I met the real Norma Desmond when I was in Australia? Skippy Clive, the bush kangaroo. I went to see her at a place called Waratah Park, where apparently they filmed Skippy, and there's Skippy, and she's in the back of her cage. She hasn't worked for years. Bitter. She's got a turban on and a dressing gown. Sucking on an old fag, watching reruns of Flipper on the telly. Who is this Flipper? And I peered through the bars and I said, "You're Skippy the bush kangaroo, aren't you?" I said, "You used to be big." She said, "I am big. It's the bush that got smaller." Who's next? I'm trying to avoid you, Gail. Choose. Go on then, Gail. What's your question?
I'm a bit nervous. It's completely empty. What I want to ask Lil, like, you know, personally, like, being a topless model and a recording artiste, you know. I do see the glamorous side of life, and obviously you two are very glitzy ladies. But I just wondered, Lil, you know, what with you starting out in the gutter and, you know, like in Birkenhead you was known as a slag, which is nice.
Only way is Essex promo.
And then there was the drink problem. I just wondered, do you miss those days at all?
Slag? Yeah, I was never a slag. I used to charge for it. I was a professional, for God's sake. Slag? If you saw me down the dock road, it was for a good reason. I was working for a shipping office. I was a bills of lading clerk, yes. Sailors wanted to give me 15 quid in the case of a Rangy Boom. That was their business. I was never a slag. So listen, drink problem. I haven't got a drink problem. I've given up the drink now, Gail. Yes. Well, you know, it's the hangovers. I can't cope. I mean, I don't need a pint of water of a morning. I need the blood of a newborn child to kickstart. But you don't know how much you're drinking, do you? You don't know what the rate is. I went to the doctor and I said to him, you know, just tell us, like, sort of, how much you can sup. And he said, we'll run a few tests on you. So he took a few, you know, urine samples. And he said to me, does your urine burn? I said, how the hell do I know? I've never set a match to it. I had no sex education, you see, as a girl. Well, I had a Catholic sex education. Nothing. So I had a pamphlet shoved in my hand, you know, and you read it and it said things like, the man plants a seed. I thought it was a gardening manual at first. And my mother did sit me down and she said, you know the man's... So what, Twitch? She said, and you know the woman's... So what, oh, weekly? What? Doesn't matter, and walked. Why? My mother always does that. When she wants to say a word she doesn't like, she'll mutter it, so she'll say, I'll say, how's your friend? She'll go, she's just had it, honey. Say what? Honey. Yeah, another 10 minutes she'd have been had. Or she'll say, do you know those two women who live up the road together? I'll say, yeah. I'll say, the what? She'll go, I was 22 before I discovered a gay woman wasn't called a man. Anyone else? Next, please. A sensible question. Vanessa.
Is it true, Lily, that you are a granny?
Slag, I can cope with Vanessa, but please. No, Gran. It is true, actually, yes. Thank you for asking that. I've got two lovely children of my own, my bunty. My little Jason, who's in a private boys' school for the next 15 years, just outside Harrogate. And our bunty's just got, well, she got married a few years ago. She married a Hell's Angel from Wigan called Ashley. He's sort of the leader of the chapter. There's only 2 members. It's more of a sentence, really, than a chapter. You know? He's since given the bikes up. He's an acoustic tile cleaner, so he's doing... Anyone else? Patsy?
Are you domesticated?
No, I'm not domesticated. I can't even say it. Let me do it. Domestic. Life's too short to clean an oven, love. Don't you agree? Who's ever cleaned an oven? What a disgusting job, please. And you buy these products now, it says, Mr. Muscle loves to do the jobs you hate. It doesn't empty a cat litter tray, though, does it? I tell you what, have you ever emptied one of them with a hangover? Oh, my God. And it says on the bag, easy to remove the lumps with a scoop. You think, you sure? Please. I haven't got a scoop, perhaps it's the vegetable strainer. I I'll wash it afterwards. If he finds a bit of grit in his dinner, to tell him it's a Bisto gravy, Granny will let him. No, Patsy, I'm not domesticated.
Lily.
Liz, how are you?
Hello, Lily. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Looking very nice, all in pink.
Oh, thank you. I know it's your favourite colour.
It's actually pink.
Lily,
I like it in a bruise as
do you
well.
know
pink.
what I've wondered? Have you ever considered having hormone replacement therapy? Sounds very good.
Do you think I need it?
Well, I just thought you might be interested.
The patch.
Yeah?
I knew this woman, you know, once. This is true, this.
Yeah?
She started stealing babies outside the Sainsbury's and things like that, and sorts of storing canned meat, you know. So she thought, I'm at it. So she got the patch and stuck it on her back and all that.
Yeah.
And when she got up in the morning, it had gone, and her husband had gone to work. Now, her husband worked on the oil rigs. 3 months later, he came back with a 58-inch chest and a boyfriend called Barry. I'm telling you. Who's next? Anyone else? Janet!
Have you got a television licence?
Oh, don't tell me you're working for them now.
No. I might be desperate, but I'm not that desperate.
Do you know what? I have now, yeah. I got fed up of dodging them all the time. Do you know what I used to do? I was always dodging the telly, and they always used to come when Coronation Street was on, because they knew I'd be in. You know what I mean? I'm always in for 7:30. And this little Hitler used to shout through the letterbox, "Come on, I know you're in there." And I'd be lying on the floor with all the lights out. And he'd get his biro, and he'd rattle it through the letterbox, shouting, "Come on, open the door, I know you're in there." So one night, I got a pickled onion. Do this at home. And I stuck it on the end of his pen and went, "May I? Oh my God, may I?" There's ways and means of dealing with people, you know. It's like at Heathrow Airport. Oh, you've got me off now, I tell you. At Heathrow, they have all these no smoking signs everywhere. And you get off the plane and you've been on this flight to America 10 hours and you are gasping. And I think, please, I'm an addict. Other addicts get sympathy. You know, I don't. The smoking area is half the way down the road in the long-term car park. What am I supposed to do? And I was stood at Heathrow and I thought, I'll just have a little ciggy. And I'm there smoking this ciggy. And this cleaning superintendent come up to me. And he went, "Put that out," and dug me in the back, Janet. Good night. And walked round me and looked at me and I thought, he said, "Put that out." So I ignored him. And then he come up to me again and dug me again. He said, "Can you read?" I said, "Yes, that's why I'm not cleaning floors at Heathrow now." Who's next? Yuri, you're there with your hands up and down. Wait, will you? I've never forgiven you for Croydon Fairfields Hall. When me and Arvira came to see you, she had national health glasses on. They buckled. She sat there like the Elephant Man. And I had a bag of knockoff cutlery in front of me, you know. The lot bent, useless, couldn't flog it down the market. Thanks for that. Go on, I can't bear it. What's your question?
Okay, Lily, I was
Hasn't he got a lovely voice? Say it again.
I was wondering...
No, say the Lily.
Lily, I was wondering...
Who's that Rudolph Valentino in this chic? Lily, I was wondering. You wander away, love. Help yourself. Spend what you like. I'm not bothered. You know what? I can feel the wire in me Wonderbra buckling here.
Do you have psychic powers?
Doctor once said I was psychic. Well, something similar. He actually said to me, he said I was a schizophrenic paranoiac. But he didn't say it, but we knew he was thinking it. Didn't we, Lil? Yes. Martin, how are you?
All right, thanks, Eddie.
Very smart in a shirt and tie. Have you just been for the job?
Thanks very much. What would you do if your daughter wrote an expose about you?
Nail her to her door and belt her with a wet mop. No. Do you know men behaving badly? I don't know what all this fuss is about new men. I mean, I'd sooner have a lad than a new man, to tell you the truth. You know, they're going on about lads. It's much sooner to have a lad. I mean, these new men, you know what I mean? Sitting talking about classical music and eating lettuce. I want my vest dripping off and shagging on a landing. Don't worry, you've got no chance. None of you lost. As soon as I'm into necrophilia, your band's the first to know. Do you know what I hate? These fellas who go around with babies on the back. Do you know the ones I mean? They have a little papoose and they're there and they're like mooching around an organic vegetable thing. This child stuck in the back. There, Dane, just say you're forgetting me. One of your friends in the street leaning against the wall. Hello, how are you? And those papooses are no good if there's a riot. You need a pram for a riot, something to get tellies and a washing machine. What would I do if... Oh, Bunty wrote an She did do once, you know. She was going through a very troublesome period. She just hit puberty. You know what teenagers are like. And, you know, they hate you, don't they? And she said she hated me. She said I was nosy, I was intrusive, I ruined her life. She didn't tell me, like I read it in her diary. Well, no, she shouldn't have left the diary where I could find it under the floorboards in a locked box. It was there. I don't know what... I hate it, you see, when they do that. I hate it like poor old Joan Crawford. She was turned on, wasn't she? And Bette Davis and Marlene. Did you read that book? That Marlene Dietrich's daughter? It wasn't that shocking. Yuri doesn't have a clue what I'm on about, but he's not. Actually, now, I'd like to sort of get revenge for Marlene, because she's no longer with us, as you know. But if she was with us, I'm sure she'd have a lot to say on the matter of daughters writing exposés.
Here's a song that's very close to my heart. I sang it during the war. I sang it for 3 long years, all through Africa, through Sicily, through Italy, through Belgium, through Holland, through France, through Czechoslovakia, through Poland, and for 3 weeks in a caravan park outside Llandudno, North Wales. Shocking venue, that. Oh, now, who gave me one of these low-tar ciggies? I can't, you know, you need a flue in the back of your neck to get a drag out of them. Your chest clears up, you got piles at the end of the week. Get cancer of the cheeks, sucking on them, I hate them. Give us a Camel or something. Sorry, Lottie, go on. All my life I've worn men's suits, frilly dwarves and cowboy boots. But now I'm dead, I don't give 2 hoots what they think of me. Supposedly, I've been through Garbo, Hepburn, Shirley Temple too. If I have, it's bugger all to do with you. Instead, I'll sing you this.
You don't even know something about that coat.
It's not 'cause I wouldn't, not 'cause I couldn't. You know, not 'cause I shouldn't. Simply because there's a lamppost attached to my Mac. My daughter, she's a quetting, wrote a book that's most upsetting, saying me, an Ava Gardner, indulged in heavy petting. How could I, you see, when I've a lamppost attached to my Mac? In my time I've played the vamp, wartime spy and barroom twamp. Now look at me, I'm a standard lump. How camp. Garden, Himmel, eines seinen Händen. I don't need a writer, or film star, or fighter. Just a nice electrician who can screw my bulb in tighter. That's all you require when you've a lamppost attached to your Mac. Nothing ever worries me, nothing ever hurries me, except dogs who mistake me for a lavatory. It's really quite a tragedy. I'm not the gal I used to be. Now kiddies swing a tire from me, and walking's quite a knack. Take it away, Lilly. Oh, it's not 'cause I wouldn't, not 'cause I shouldn't. And you know, it's not 'cause I couldn't. It's simply because there's a lamppost attached to my mind.
Anyway, that's the end of the video. And I've laughing so much I've now got a headache. Hope you enjoyed that, watching that as much as I did. It's the first time I've seen it. And if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. And please subscribe so you don't miss any further content that comes out. And see you on the next one. Bye guys, take care.